Guys, Ash here, Rachel Legends. Welcome to the video. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there today. Guys, we've got a big one today. I have Donatello, and let me tell you.
Donatello is a smart, logical thinker.
Allow me to be the badass for once.
It's similar to what you'll be experiencing if you went for the fusion, if you haven't maxed him yet, or if you already have invested in this Ninja Turtle. Congratulations, because he's a beast, man. I think he is one of those champions in a really good way that people get, and they're like, wow, this dude's even better than I thought he was going to be. One of the most important things about Donatello is his sheer versatility, right? You can use this Ninja Turtle almost anywhere in the game. He's got a really good kit, a really unique kit, and an awesome passive as well. Just everything about Donnie is fantastic. Super great support, booster, healer, and a lot more. So let's quickly go over his kit. What faction is Donatello in again? He's a lizard man. He's a lizard man. All right. Makes sense for Donnie. He looks awesome. I told you guys before, but I'm going to tell you one last time that back in the day, my favorite Ninja Turtle was always Leonardo, the leader, you know? But Donnie, in the arcade games, man, he had this move in one of the games at least, where you could just, he takes his bow staff and he's just like, whoosh, over the head.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Over the head, right? It's like one shot them all. So I always pick Donnie. I always pick Donnie myself. Anyway, Donatello, what does he do? What does he do? Well, first of all, his base stats are money. They're on the mark. 22k almost on the HP. Sign me up for that, especially when we read his A1, which is tremendous. And then he has a great speed at 108. Additionally, pretty solid survivability at 1100 on the defense as well. So a lot to like there on the base stats. Beautiful start. He has his HP in all battles, 30%. Fantastic. His Bodacious Bash on his A1 is attack one enemy, but heals all allies 5% of this champion's max HP. We can scale that up really well. He is an elite healer on longer battles, right? Where all those heals on the A1 can add up. Good news is super easy champion to build. All we need is speed and HP. That's pretty much it. On the A2, Shell Shocker, 4-turn cooldown. Only 3 books. I have to say, by the way, the books are not that bad. All going to cooldowns on Secret of the Ooze on the A3, but this is a dude that you definitely want to book, right? You can use him unbooked, but he's a hell of a lot better. We can say that about every champion for the most part, right? But especially Donnie, these books matter in a big way, okay? Shell Shocker in AoE. And by the way, in today's video, I'm going to share 3 best builds for Donatello, and we'll try them out in a few areas as well, right? Shell Shocker attacks all enemies, decrease cooldown of all ally skills except this champion's by 2 turns. Ooh, I love the skill decreasers, obviously. This skill's cooldown cannot be decreased by other cooldown decreasing effects. That includes reflex sets. That includes impulse sets, right? So just keep that in mind. And other champions like a Yumeka. Plays an increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. Fantastic. It is on a 4-turn cooldown, but it's great to have an increased speed. We basically want that buff on almost all of our teams in PvE, right? Secret of the Ooze. 3-turn cooldown, all the books, straight to the cooldown. You love to see it. A full cleanse on all allies. Obviously, a full cleanse on a 3-turn cooldown. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want, and he's got it. Also, continuous heal and a strengthen on all allies for 2 turns. Fantastic. But we're not done yet. My man has a cleanse with a 20% turn meter boost. This is a great ability, parlayed with an already great ability on the A2 with the cooldowns. I mean, he makes a lot of things happen. The cooldowns, the essential buffs, all that healing and instant activation, of a random continuous heal on all allies on his A1 ability as well. So he's always healing. He's activating. He's just the beast, right? His healing numbers just blew me away. But we're not done yet. On his passive, I got you, bro. It's a 4-turn cooldown on the active effect, but first the passive, he's going to join in with the other Ninja Turtles. Now, me personally, even though I went for everybody and I have my Shredder shard opening tomorrow, I just recorded that, and yeah, you're gonna want to see that one. Whenever a Ninja Turtle attacks, he's going to join the attack. Now, I'm an idiot, and I actually ran on my Michelangelo guide. I ran a Hydra team, and I locked it in like a big dummy, so I can't run them together. I locked in my damn score. Anyway, active effect. This is on the 4-turn cooldown 6 unbooked. Whenever an ally is about to get a fatal hit, he's going to prevent that ally's death, keep them alive with 1 HP, equalize all allies' HP, be brought up to the average of the entire team. Beautiful. So now we have that preemptive death on a random ally, fail-safe, locked in, on a 4-turn cooldown. So we can just keep running that, especially in longer battles. Sometimes, just depending on your team, with all the support that Donnie gives you, sometimes we can run in like a Hydra team without a reviver. It's still a little dangerous, but he can be your quasi You know, it's not a revive technically, but it's a nice ability to have, right? Put it all together, you're looking at a Ninja Turtle that can help out almost every account out there. Really, really good. From Faction Wars to Hydra to Chimera to everything in between, right? When we look at his area rankings really quickly on hellhades.com, they give this Ninja Turtle a 4.5. Fantastic grade overall. Look at the versatility here. You can use it because just think about reset champions in general, right? Now, granted, it's a 2-turn reset. It's not going to be like the most powerful in the game on that A3 ability, right? But still, that's really good. It just keeps everything churning on your team. So you can use him as a reset champion almost anywhere. You can pair him, combo him with like a Marius or a Newt or whoever the heck you're running just to get back to their best abilities even faster. Get more damage out of your best damage dealers. Get more support out of your best supporters. Donnie supports everybody in the game, and he keeps them alive while doing so. So again, area rankings, anywhere, right? I mean, you could even use him in the worst areas. You could use him in Sand Devil as a reset. You could use him in a Dreadhorn as a reset if you wanted to. You know, like, you could basically use him everywhere, which is really cool. Even in the arena, PvP, the arena. I don't think he's going to be an elite endgame arena champion, but you could certainly use him in the arena with that passive alone. A speed booster on the A3, very good. I would say even up to the endgame. I don't expect to see him in like top 10 plat, but speed booster and then going back in with the A2 and resetting by two-turn cooldown. So basically, think about it this way. You're opening up in the arena. You've got Donnie going first, right? You open up with a continuous heal and a strengthen on all allies and a turn meter fill of 20%. You're building him nice and fast. He has a 108 base speed, so he's easy to build as your go first or your go second champion. You can chain a speed boost from like an Arbiter to him as well, which we'll do in this video, right? So you have a lot of options there. And then everybody else goes. Fantastic. And then he comes back around again, decrease the cooldown of all of their skills by another 2 turns so they can do their big money abilities, some of them immediately again. And at the same time, he's going to boost them again with an increased speed buff. It's a really nice 1-2 punch, right? And then he's going to keep him alive with the I got you, bro. Really sweet. All right, that is a really quick multipliers. This is not a damage dealer, okay? Just in case you were wondering, right? Weak hit. He's not a champion that's going to deal a lot of damage. I will say, though, he deals like a sneaky tiny bit of, like more than I was expecting, but he's not a damage dealer. All right, so the builds, the 3 builds for Donnie. I have first, just a very basic build, because obviously I know not everybody watching this video is endgame with, you know, all the other builds I'm going to showcase here. So this is just super simple, but it really goes to show you guys that, again, it's not hard to build this dude, right? You do want to book him out, but beyond that, speed and immortal, right? That's it, really. You can run them in triple speed. You can run them in triple immortal. You can have a blend, 2 of one of the other. This is a very basic build for anybody to do in the game. Immortal gear, obviously, in Clan Boss. Speed is in Dragon's Lair. It's easy to farm this gear. Look at his rankings, man. A really, really good champion here. Think they should make skins for the Ninja Turtles? I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just begging Plarium to take my money at this point. Golly, Ash. Shut up!
Shut up and take my money.
All right. So what do we care about? HP on the gauntlets, percentage. HP percentage on the chest. Speed on the boots, right? Now, when we talk about Ascension stats, we're looking for speed or HP percentage on the boots. We're looking for HP percentage on the chest and HP percentage Ascension stat, ideally, on the gauntlets, right? And then on the substats, speed. We're looking for speed. We're looking for HP percentage. That's about it, right? Pretty easy. On the ring, speed, speed. Yeah, main stat, speed, Ash. HP. On the amulet, HP. On the banner, you guessed it, HP with as much speed as you can find. That's it. We have Journal of Necrodos on him. Hey, it's fantastic because whereas heals and turn meter increase effects are boosted, and he gets HP main stat. Fantastic, right? I don't have a blessing on him right now, but when I do, you know, you have some options here on Donnie. You could go with Miracle Heal if you wanted to. You could go with Nourish even if you wanted to. A little bit more unorthodox blessings we don't talk about a lot. Hey, you could go with Brimstone on Donnie. Again, it's not traditional. It would be a 6-star only option because it does require accuracy, but you could, if you wanted to, if you happen to pull a 6-star, get a little bit of damage out of him with a War Master and Brimstone kind of combo there. You could use him as your cruelty champion because even though he doesn't do damage, you don't need him to do damage. You just need him to attack the target and decrease their defense. He's going to be fast enough where he's going to get a lot of hits in. So I think that cruelty might be a good kind of all around go-to for Donatello. Masteries. So when we talk about masteries nowadays, it used to be back in the day, even on my supports, I was always going to recommend War Master, right? But nowadays, you know, this doesn't apply to all situations, and I'm not going against War Master. I still think it's a coin toss here. But nowadays, that War Master damage is still the same, right? They buffed everything else in this damn game. Relics and masteries and everything else, right? Gear, for that matter, too. But War Master's always been the same, right? And it's still great damage, especially out of your support champions. It's great in longer situations, and it's a great mastery. However, I think that sometimes on supports, I'll give away, you know, let's just say that was a 4 million damage of War Master on a full Hydra run or something like that, right? Sometimes I'll give away that 4 mil, and I'd rather have him be Johnny on the spot with the heals, Johnny on the spot with the cooldown reduction, vis-a-vis the timely intervention mastery. So personally, I'm going timely intervention on my Donatello, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with going with, let's just see on hellhades.com, the best website in the biz. They recommend for general PvE, you can go ahead and use their build instead if you'd so prefer. You'll get a little bit more damage. The most important thing I want to say, though, on masteries, no matter which direction you end up going, is make sure you pick up retribution and deterrence. Those counterattacks are going to lead to a lot more healing, especially in longer battles, because of the heals and the continuous heal activation on his A1 ability. Moreover, I like going support tree because lasting gifts is fantastic. We have a chance to increase not only the duration of the A3 buffs, but also that increased speed, which is on a 4-turn cooldown on that A2. And then timely intervention, just going to keep pumping his turn meter. Lore of Steel to this build certainly applies. And of course, we just want to go with the steadfast and rapid response for more turn meter increase, given that he has 3 buffs. Now, build number 2 is not going to be a shocker. Well, you're going to see both of them right now because I have my preset manager. I'm not going to blur it out for you guys. We're going to go with build number 2 is going to be a 9-piece protection, of course. When we see a champion in this game with 3 buffs in their kit, especially with fairly low cooldowns, that should be a light bulb. Hey, could use that champion in 9-piece protection if you can pull it off, if you have the accessories. Speaking of accessories, let's throw them on there. So this is Donnie protection. The stat priorities remain exactly the same. Speed and HP. HP and speed, right? So I threw him in obviously better gear than we just had on him, but this is a 9-piece protection. This is going to give us a nice damage boost, and this is where you want to be moving in longer battles in the end game, right? Getting those damage escalators, having him in a protection because he does bring those 3 buffs. Of course, the third build, and honestly, I'm just going to be real with you guys. I haven't had him long enough to tell you that 9-piece protection is definitively better or worse than the refresh. Well, we're not going to say refresh. We're going to say the relentless. I should correct myself here. The relentless build, we can just leave the protection because triple protection still gives us the 12% speed as well bonus. So we'll still take it, right? And the HP. So even triple protection on the accessories, still really good on Donnie, right? So I'm going impulse here. Impulse is not imperative. You could easily just go speed set. I would just sub it in for a speed set. You know, you could run Righteous or Impulse, any of the 12% speed artifact, 2-piece artifacts there, right? But Impulse is cool, right? Because reducing a skill's cooldown on Donnie, it won't apply to that A2 ability, right? But it's kind of cool because in the same way of a Valkyrie or a Bad Alcazar, champions with only 1 active cooldown ability, we know it's going to go right to the A3. Thus, that's going to be just constantly churning more turn meter increase, not to mention keeping that uptime on the strengthen and the continuous heal on the A3 at, you know, close to 100% with the impulse procs, right? Maybe not 100, but you know what I'm saying, more often. So I love impulse and relentless on him. Relentless is going to help a lot with that shell shocker, with bringing it down, getting to more cooldown reductions, getting to more buffs, more heals, more of everything on Donatello. I would prefer this build as opposed to a reflex set, just given the nature. I think that having a little bit of impulse, a little bit of relentless, it's a sweet build. Let's go ahead and just keep him in this. Actually, you know what? Let's switch him to the basic set because I want this to appeal to as many people as possible. And then we're just going to take him around, try him out in a couple of different combos and have some fun with this champion. Okay, Donnie, 2-piece, boom. And again, on all, I didn't show you all the gear, but it's all the same basically, right? We're going for the speed and the HP, and that's really it. We don't need accuracy, we don't need crit rate, don't need crit damage. It's really nice and refreshing for once in a while, not being like, okay, the stat priors are these 15 stats. Have fun, boys and girls. All right, so Dragon Hard 10. We've got Mikey, Donnie, Dark Kale, Taya, and Reliquary Tender. I like this team because everybody's accessible. Donnie, you have because you're watching the video 15 minutes in. Michelangelo, you have because he's free. Reliquary Tender, well, she's not accessible, but she's a rare, so eventually, hopefully, you'll get your hands on her. Or any cleanser or healer or reviver for that matter. Gear Grinder could be in that spot too. Dark Kale and Taya. Dark Kale and Taya are both Doom Tower normal farmable champions vis-a-vis secret rooms, and they're both poison specialists. Now, I'm going to cut here and take you to the dragon in a moment, but obviously it's cool to see Mikey and Donnie side by side, kind of. Reliquary Tender, you're kind of blocking them. They should be side by side. It's my bad on the rotation. It's cool to see them together, right? Really cool synergy, really cool to see them attacking when the other one attacks and stuff like that. Obviously, having Michelangelo with Donatello, even if you don't have any other turtle on your account, is going to result in a lot even more healing. Because every time he's joining in, he's healing the entire team by, in this case, a lot of HP. 5% is over 5,000 every single time, right? You can absolutely pick up, I should say, the support, the healing masteries as well, if you so choose to, lay on hands, etc., right? Merciful aid. I'll come back to you guys when we get to the dragon. All right, guys, here we are at the dragon. I don't know if this Dragon Heart 10 might be a little bit much for this team. I don't know. I have, full transparency, I have like very, very basic, just triple perception on Taya and Dark Kale, nothing crazy at all. And then I have Reliquary Tender in just, I think, Immortal in the speed sets, nothing super fast or anything like that as well. I have Savage and Cruel set on Michelangelo, which I showcase in the Michelangelo guide video, which I'll link for you guys at the end of this video and in the description below in case you guys so choose. So the nice thing is here, again, I mean, look at this. We have like the taunt going on. Not that it's, you know, imperative in this dungeon. We have the taunt on Mikey. We have the heals on Donnie. We have the cooldown reduction. Thus, we get Taya, by the way, is a really cool champion for Dragon, especially. She has the instant activation of burns and poisons, and so does Dark Kale on his A1. So we have a lot of poison application between the two of them, and both of them can also activate said poisons. So let's kill that dragon before the... Oh, yeah, we're loading up the poisons. We're going to be good to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Dragon Heart 10. Not too bad. Not too shabby for this little squad, right? The little engine that could here. All right. Radical. Tubular. All right. So, sorry, guys. Let's see. Sell. Mike 3.7. Get the mic out of here. Mikey. Get it?
What kind of stupid, short-sighted, irresponsible bull? Whoa!
No, I'll see myself out now. All right, Mikey with 3.7, Dark Kale with 4.5 million, Donnie with 1.9 milli on the healing. Holy mackerel. Taya with 4.3 million as well. Nice little squad there, right? Now listen, I'm not going to show you every dungeon with these champions, but the truth is we could use them, you know, on a team like this, a little bit more of a bodacious team here, or we could use them on like a more simple team, right, with other resets like a Painkeeper. I won't show you the whole battle here, but you'll get the, I think it'll be like a 2 or 3 minute run with like this slower Geomancer strategy, but basically we're using Painkeepers. It's kind of like the triple Painkeeper, but I'm just subbing in Donatello. But I guess, you know, we could pair him with Newts, pair him with Marius's, again, whoever you have on your account to get back to, or in this case, a block damage champion like Roshkar the Tower, to get back to their best moves even faster, thus allowing a champion like Geomancer to put in his work, right? So come at you guys at the end of this battle. Be right back. All right, guys, easy peasy. Ice Golem. What? Iron Twins down. No big deal. But yeah, really cool. The combos are endless with this dude, right? Just as you would a normal reset champion, right? Even if you don't have a lot of reset champions for like a Seer run or an Eleanor or a Xavier poison speed run over wave content, you could absolutely use Donnie. It's not going to be enough to have a full reset, but it will get you closer to, you know, the end goal, speed farming, right? You can use him to solo content or duo content as well. I could pair him. I saw Boozer like just running him in earlier Dragon stages with just Mikey and Donnie, right? Using that taunt as well as all those heals just for sustainability, which allows us to farm dungeons in the game while also farming up our food at the same time, or whichever relevant champion we want to be leveling up anyway, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and let's just do a quick arena battle or two here. All right, guys, here we go in the arena. What do we have here? What do we have? Well, we have Arbiter with Incarnate sighting. Don't do this at home, kids. Do not try this at home, okay? Arbiter, Incarnate, Donnie, and Mikey on the team. The whole idea here is in this strategy, well, it's a 6-year-old strategy. We have 2 turn meter boosters like we would back in the day with an Arbiter and a Lysandra, right? Or we still could today for that matter. Ideally, if we're going to be running an Arbiter, the reason I still like Arbiter, by the way, or an Arbias, or, you know, a bunch of different turn meter boosters, Estrid, as a turn meter booster that hands the proverbial speed baton to Donatello is because he doesn't have, on his turn meter boost, he doesn't have an increased attack, right? Which most of the time we do want on our team unless we're running like an Erix or a Narcissus or a Taurus or whatever, you know, Embreeze. There's plenty of times that you don't need it, but it's just worth noting that we don't have an increased attack setup on our boost. So we can double boost instead. We can get the Cleanse if we need it in case they cut in line with Temporal Chains or Supersonic or whatever. We have some fail-safes at our disposal. So let's go in with the A3, get another boost, hand it to our nuker, in this case, Michelangelo. Now, Michelangelo, he's going to go in with that taunt ability. We're going to deal with Hefrak. Right there it is. Actually, Donnie killed Sun Wukong on the follow-up, which is nice. We're going to add the ally protection here from the Incarnate. And we should be running, by the way, the 9-piece protection build. We're not. We're running the basic build on Donnie right now, but for the arena, the best build is going to be that 9-piece protection as fast as humanly possible in a similar way to build like a Siffy, right? Let's keep going in. AoE. And again, that AoE did something very amazing, didn't it? It got us right back to Arbiter's speed boost again. So now we can just keep chaining. And look at that, Mikey. Oh my God. He has his taunt back up again. He has his AoE on the A3. Now, in this case, we're still dealing with a stone skin on Hefrak, so we can use Michelangelo's handy-dandy stun on the A2 to neutralize Mithrala, at least for a little while here. Let's try to reduce the duration. Okay, and then let's just poke at Wukong because this is really cool, right? You can see we only need 1 arena battle because you're seeing a lot of like the cool things about Donnie and Mikey here. I like that we saw a Sun Wukong kill from Donnie, and then we saw a Sun Wukong kill from Mikey, just keeping the little fella at bay because everybody knows that Staff of Wonder can wipe us. So Mikey cleans the table, easy peasy. Can absolutely use Donatello in the arena. Really cool champion. He's just so versatile. I love it. Listen, I'm going to end with a quick clan boss run here. We'll go Hydra. Now, like I said, guys, I'm really embarrassed, honestly, because we ran the Michelangelo team, which had all my, I guess, more accessible options on that team. I ran Inquisitor and Ugo and Mithrala and whatever. So now I'm limited, pay-to-win problems here on the team that I could build. So I decided to have a little bit of fun with it, right? We're going to run just kind of a who's who of random combos. We have Shayak in his Hound. Why am I Crocad? Why am I drawing a blank? We have Glaciad, we have Lydia, and we have Trunda as well. I haven't ran it yet. I'm gonna quick battle it, but really quickly, just so we can see. This team should do really well. And I guess I just kind of proven a point here on Donnie that, man, this dude, he can fit in almost any team, right? Every team's going to need increased speed. We do have it covered with Lydia here, right? But any team can benefit from the cleanses, the turn meter boost, the cooldown manipulation, right? The heals on the A1. And if you're running him with Mikey, which I can't because I ran him in the other battle, you're going to get all those heals off all those A1 join-in attacks, those little ally attacks. So it is a really fun champion, really cool champion. I think they did a hell of a job on this one. I think they did a hell of a job on these champions, especially Donatello. What a great fusion. So obviously we want to open up with the A3 here, get that turn meter boost out the gate, right? And then let's go in with, oh man, they're so bonkers, those two together. Shayak and his little fella. Let's just go in with Glaciad's extra turn. So you can already see out the gate here that, like, dude, this guy can fit into any Hydra team. Really great. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Boom. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm sure you're the same way as me, but I'm loving the extra instant battles, right? But I am not loving I'm not used to, going into Hydra anymore, right? I'm honest. Oh, I should have went after the decapitated head there, but we're good. I'm not used to going into Hydra. All right, I have a 9-piece protection on my Glaciad. can see, let's just get cooking a little bit here. I want to see some big damage. But again, this is like, he's a motor, right? Donnie's a motor. He's going to keep everybody going, especially with, I have Trunda in the team. It seems like overkill. Throw Trunda in. Why? Is she necessary? Like, why are you using all your best champs? But the thing is it's not overkill because he's going to reduce. Trunda has, you know, a little bit longer cooldowns, right? So anybody who can reduce cooldowns is just money on a Trunda team, right? So look at all that damage from the Hound, huh? Okay, let's quick battle it. I'm already getting bored of myself. Golly. All right, but you guys, I wanted to show you not just quick battle. Let's see how this team does. We don't have a provoker on the squad, so we'll just see. Keep going all the way to 1,000. Oh, we didn't end it. We didn't get to 1,000. But either way, you can see insane damage from Trunda and from Krokad, obviously. But look at the healing there. Look at the healing. Not to mention everything else that he's doing. Donnie is a class act Ninja Turtle. Congratulations if you fused him. I am sure he's going to affect your account in a lot of positive ways. And good job. You know, end of summer, school starting, a lot going on and a lot of lives out there. It's not been the easiest fusion to like drop everything and make sure you're doing it. So hats off. Congrats if you actually did accomplish it or if you're about to finish the fusion. Much love. And as always, take care, guys.